The Gathering. The Gathering is and has been a very important band for the scene. They were one of the first metal bands with a female vocalist. Now it's kind of normal to have a female vocalist in a metal band, but back then it wasn't. Then more bands followed, like Epica, Within Temptation, and Nightwish. And today we're going to talk with Jelmer, old member of The Gathering, guitar player. Let's have an interesting talk about the history of The Gathering. Hello everyone, I'm Natasha Leen from the Netherlands and we're here with Jelmer, also from the Netherlands, old member of The Gathering. How are you doing, Jelmer?
I'm actually pretty fine. I'm living in Schiedam on the edge of Rotterdam right now next to the harbor. I had to get used a little bit, but it's not Madrid, but I'm fine.
Okay, great. So I had this idea to first go through the first CDs where we talk about them and where you
Sure.
can give a bit of the history behind it and what your thoughts about these CDs are now. So yeah, let's start with the very first CD. Oh wait.
Yeah, I still think it's an icon in the metal scene. We were just six guys playing music, not really having the idea like, hey, we want to sound like this or want to sound like that.
Yes.
We were influenced by Paradise Lost, Nocturnus, this technical metal band from the US, because they were using live keyboards. So Hans and me were looking at each other like, yeah, see, this can be done. So this guy behind me in the math class, he was wearing a Tubular Bells t-shirt, and I was like, hey, do you have a keyboard? And he said, yeah, yeah. So that's when Frank Boeien joined the band. And we did everything live, not with tapes, not with samples, just playing. And I think we were really, really lucky being the first band in the Netherlands with this kind of music on the right time, on the right place. So that's a bit how Always was born, in a rehearsal room. You don't want to know.
No?
It was pretty crappy, but it was, it's your rehearsal room, and that's where Always was born, and the demos and everything. So before Always, we also sold really a lot of demos, and we were like, "Whoa, what's going on here? Something is happening." So yeah, that's a bit how Always is born in 1992.
Yes, but
That's how old I
most sorry?
That's how old I am. Yes, I know.
Uh,
Still 29.
Almost.
Almost a dance. But great t-shirt you're wearing, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I'm in
Really
style.
nice design. Yeah, yeah. That's always the thing with the gathering. With Bart, he's a really good drawer, and he designed the logo from the first, from Always and other t-shirts, and the designs are always been a really good thing with the gathering. That I
Yeah,
must say. The CD covers, the t-shirts, whatever. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go on to the next CD then. Almost a Dance. How do you feel about this CD now?
I still think there are really good tracks on it. Only, the people who liked Always were not so happy with it. We are all big Voivod fans, and just like Voivod, the Gathering also went through a period of progression. And we didn't want to make an always part two.
Yeah.
The fans, of course, wanted it, but we were like, no, we're the Gathering, we do what we want. Was not a really good idea. It was really sad for Niels Diffhuis, the singer. I really remember well that we did a show with Gorefest. We were doing a lot of Gorefest support acts. And Neil said like, "This is our last song," and the whole venue goes like, "Yes!" Like, ow. So the second album is maybe not the most popular Under the Gathering albums. I still like it. There are really good tracks on it.
Yeah. Any favorites from the album?
I think like Fountains is one of my favorites. So yeah, that's what happened with the second album. We didn't really got puked out, but Metal World except wanted to have an always part two, but no.
Yeah, then the next CD, which was more popular, Mendelion. Yeah.
That was the big hit. Yeah, absolutely. When Anneke joined the band, um, she did like shit, hoe zeg dat? Job interview. Ja, zo zeg je dat niet. Audition.
Yeah. Yeah, audition. Yes.
And she started singing to which song was it again? From the EP. Adrenaline.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
she started singing, and we were like, "Skrideloink? What? Is this possible with our music?" And later on, she played in a small bar in Os, the Gas Pit. And Renee and me went there, and I asked her to join the band. And then it really exploded. That's We went to Germany for the recordings, and then it was a big hit. But absolutely, it all straight from the heart. Maybe I shouldn't tell this, but she broke up with her boyfriend, and most of the lyrics are about loss and love, and just straight from the heart. In 2 weeks' time, Mendelion was there. So that's how that CD was born.
Yeah, I think it's the most popular album of The Gathering. What do you think?
I still like Nighttime Birds a lot as well.
Yeah.
And the rest, I definitely listen to it. Some albums are not really my thing, but when I left the band, I wanted to stay noise. I wanted to make loud noise guitars.
Yeah.
And the rest of the band was more like into radio at that time. It's a beautiful album. I'm a sound engineer, super interesting, but I cannot listen to that album. Okay, computer.
Oh, really?
It's no, not for me. So that's then you get to a point like Renee was 10 times more inspired than me, and the music became more for one guitar player and a bit more movie kind of music, to say it like that.
Right.
Yeah, then you have to do something and say goodbye. So Nighttime Birds is the next one.
Yes, exactly. So that's the reason why you quit the band.
If you don't feel the music anymore, you can stay in the band whatever you want, but I think it's fair that you just say sorry, but no. People told me, how fucking insane are you leaving the band at this point? And I was like, yeah, that's the reason. So, yeah.
And you never regret that decision?
Yeah, of course. I even said no to Jelmer, you can come with us to Mexico. For the first time in their life, they were traveling to the other side of the world. And I said no. And they were like, huh? And I said, yeah, no, it doesn't feel right. But I left the band, so also no Mexico for me. Which was a very, very stupid, dumbass decision because since then I'm still never been in Mexico. So yeah, there
Yeah,
is a pretty strong fan base, I heard, in Mexico City and in other cities. Bart is still really popular there. And yeah, it's a really, South America has a really, really strong fan base with the Gathering.
yeah, there
So
are a lot of metal fans there. You wouldn't expect that. At least I wouldn't expect.
unbelievable how many, yeah.
Yeah, when you watch videos on YouTube, huge crowds, and very passionate about metal music. Yeah.
At 25 years diving into the unknown, the show in Doornroosje in Nijmegen, people told me like, Jelmer, better put in your earplugs because you'll not be able to hear anything. So half of Chile was in front of our nose. And we walked onto the stage. I didn't hear the drums, I didn't hear the keyboards anymore from my monitor, and I was like, these people are really very noisy. But so enthusiastic, so yeah, yeah, fans. So that was a really bizarre day.
Yeah, so you had a reunion show in Chile? Am I?
No, I've never been in South America. I would really love to. Maybe they are going to do a little tour in the end of September. And if I have some money to join along, I don't think so, because yeah, I'm a sound engineer, there is no work. That would be a shame, but one day I will be there. But the show in Doornroosje, that was really like, yeah, rockstar planet all over again.
Yeah, how was that?
Echt amazing. We actually planned for one show on the Sunday afternoon, and it was sold out in an hour. So we were like, maybe we can do another show. And Doornroosje was like, yeah, if it doesn't sold out, we can use curtains and stuff to make the venue a bit smaller. 1 hour, bang, sold out. So we did 2 sold out shows in Doornroosje on that day. And that was so amazing. So everybody, the singers were there except for Niels and Martine from Almost Dance. Niels said no. Martine didn't also not felt very right about it, so we didn't do that. So we played, about 8 songs from Mendelion and from Always and from Nightfall Birds. And the other songs, yeah, they were not for me. So I was sitting next to it going like, wow. We didn't hear the rehearsal from the vocals. So they come up the first song, Bart, Marieke, Anneke, Silje. And they started singing. And I look at Hugo, the bass player. Did you know this? And he said, no. Shivers all over the place, really. Goosebumps until my top of my head. That was so fucking awesome. Yeah. And then you realize, like, maybe I should pick up the strings a bit more often again. So I'm working a little bit on some things. So let's see.
Yeah, it must be great to play these old songs live again with the old members all together.
It was really, really amazing. And we had different shifts. Like this song is for me, that song Marjolein plays the bass, that song Hugo plays the bass, and mostly, yeah, the 3 strong members, Hans, René, and Frank. Yeah, they were there constantly because yeah, they still keep writing, and the new album is in the making. I think it's finished by now. I'm not sure, but
Oh, okay, cool.
so they're back in the studio again, and the gathering still exists.
Yes, exactly. Luckily, yeah. Yeah. When was the last time you listened to the old The Gathering CDs?
I must say that yesterday I watched the live show again.
Oh, okay.
I sometimes listen to what's How to Measure a Planet. I think that's a really cool CD as well. And yeah, there are a lot of cool songs. So sometimes I do listen a little bit to The Gathering. Yeah, it's your history, you know. Yeah, like I told you, I was 14 when Hans came up to me in the bar. I heard you can play guitar solos. Would you like to join the band? And I was like, okay. And that was the best okay in my life, I guess. But yeah, being 14 is really young.
Yeah.
And I was 25 when I left the band. And then you're there like, yeah, now what?
Yeah. Did you been in other bands after or other projects?
I've been working slowly on my own music, and I have been 15 years of ZZT sound engineer after that.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, so not much playing, but I have been working in the sound industry. And now for a year already, yeah, nothing.
Okay, but you want to
So
go back to the music one day with a new band?
maybe as a project with more people.
Mm-hmm.
I found two really lovely people in Chile, but it's really hard to jam on internet because you have the latency and you cannot see each other, and yeah, you have the time difference. So I really hope something will come out of that. They're really super nice musicians, really well, yeah, nice people. And that's more important, I guess, than being a very good musician, is that you make music with nice people.
Yes.
Sounds a bit hippie, but yes.
Yes.
Making music and making money? Yeah, no. That's what Hans said to me as well, like, Jelmer, we all have a job on the side. Even gathering, bands like that. Yeah, they still make money, but not enough. So music industry, really, like now for a year already, yeah, we know it. The whole world knows it. And that's really sad.
Yeah, that's the thing with metal music, unfortunately. Unless you're Metallica or yeah.
Yeah, if you are that big already, yeah, you keep making money from all the royalties and stuff. But you really now see bands jamming a little bit on the internet, and I didn't get it really to work. But yeah, I'm still playing, and I think that's important. Just have fun with your guitars, and you have the equipment, and use it.
Exactly. And if you would have a band later in the future, which kind of genre would it be?
I had the brilliant idea to call it noisy dub rock.
Okay.
Do you know this uh, tr- dub trio? It's a band from Mike Patton from Fate No More.
No.
And it's a bit like, yeah, noisy dub rock. They use a lot of dub effects and really loud guitars, and it's sort of kind of dub metal. So that's inspired me a little bit. But yeah, on the other hand, what I said before is like, I don't want to go like, I want to sound like this. I just start playing and see where the shit goes. Yeah, that's me.
Hey, back to the gathering. What's the coolest thing you did with the gathering?
Now, definitely the show in Nijmegen,
Mm-hmm.
but touring with a band is really fantastic. And like I said, I have like 800,000 something anecdotes for you.
Bring it on.
Yeah, and to be honest, touring through the eastern part of Europe, those people are really there for you. Just like South America, but touring through Eastern Europe is really awesome. Really nice people, not what everybody thinks, but they are really there with their heart for you. The guy who was traveling us around, like sort of tour manager, he said like, these people pay a T-shirt, they pay the entrance, they buy a sweater, they buy the CD, and that's their whole week income. to your band.
Oh, wow.
And then you step a little bit harder on it. Yeah, I don't know. In the Netherlands, people are more like, no, show me what you got. That's happening a lot of times. Also
Right.
seeing this as a sound engineer with bands that their tour manager or their sound guy walks up to me from, what the fuck is wrong with these people? They're just standing there, it's dance music. I say, yeah, welcome to the Netherlands. Well, at least maybe not you, maybe definitely not me, but a lot of people, yeah, they do that. Um, oh boy, am I gonna say this? There was a point that Anneke got shouted in her face like, take your pants off, take your pants off. Now, you know what it is in Dutch, hè? Broek uit, broek uit. So I told her like, one more time, and I'm gonna take my pants down. And where did it happen? Sunday afternoon on Pinkpop. 30,000 people in front of your nose, and they started to shout that. And I was like, hey, I'm a man of the word. What? so,
Oh,
so I pulled my pants down.
that
And
what
everybody, now the audience was like, huh? And I looked at Anneke, now the rest of the band pissed their pants from laughing. And I look at Anneke like, oh, she is supposed to pull the pants down, not me. Oh, I'm sorry. So I pulled my pants back up and we started song.
happened? So,
That
good idea.
kind of things.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, how were these performances on Pink Pop?
It was super awesome because you have a lot of people in front of you. You're in a big festival with all cool bands and you have a lot of contact. But on your end, give me a small stage with people peering here right in front of your nose. That's for me, yeah, brings me more energy.
Okay.
The first time we had a big show was literally the drummer from Gorefest had a little wound on his thumb, and the doctor said like, you're not going to perform today because otherwise I'm not going to help you. It was really bad. So the guy from Mojo at 4 o'clock on the afternoon, can you go to the Ahoy? And Hans, the drummer, was like, why? To be support act for Fate No More because Gorefest cannot perform today. And we were like, yeah, right. I said, no, this is not a joke. Go now.
Oh,
So we jumped in our minivan with a little, yeah, minivan we had.
yeah.
And we drove off to the Ahoy. And there were like these 6 trailers of Fate No More, and we parked a little minivan in between, made some pictures. And it looked really stupid. So we were support act for Fate No More that day in the Ahoy for 6,000 people.
Wow.
This was still with Bart and also with Martine, the singer from Almost Dance. And we were walking on stage and they were like, Jelmer, you go. And so, yeah, sure, I don't care. So I was there, hello, with those little Marshall stacks we had, with the big fucking backline from Fate No More behind it.
Oh,
Martine, dead nervous. It was not a bad show, and people from Fate No More, they know that they mostly bring quite extreme support acts. So instead of Gorefest, it was us that time. They also brought Napalm Death and other grindcore bands.
right.
Fate No More, the singer, has more projects like this dub trio, Fantomas, weird kind of grindcore stuff. And we were there like, wow, we were in the Ahoy supporting Fate No More. What are we doing here?
Yeah, that's
But it was
awesome.
good fun, and yeah, we didn't meet the guys, but they were too busy with yeah, with groupies and stuff. The gathering always has been a very brave, just a bit of weed and just a bit of beer, and that's it.
Yeah, think that's also one of the coolest things you did with the gathering then, right?
That is definitely More supporting was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also being the band before Typo Negative on the Lowlands Festival. And yeah, you're in the big A tent. And Typo Negative is performing next to you. Yeah, I mean, like after us. You don't really got to meet Peter Steele. He was an awesome weirdo, let's say it like that.
Really? You met him?
uh, our merchandise girl made a picture with him, and we didn't really got to meet him.
Oh, okay.
But all the stories and all the things, this guy also had like a million thousand gazillion anecdotes. He was a diehard rock and roll, let's say it like that.
Yay. Oh,
And yeah, he didn't make it really old, too bad. But yeah. So Lemmy is still the winner, I guess.
yeah, Typo Negative, very nice. I never saw them live, unfortunately.
Oh, a couple of times.
Okay.
In 013 and on the Lowlands Festival, and I guess on Graspop we were there as well. I'm not sure about that, but I saw them a couple of times.
Oh, nice. I'm jealous on that.
It was a good show, yeah. A bit weird, but you know. He had like this bar stool next to him with a big bottle of wine on it. Clunk, 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 clunk. In the end of the show, don't drink and drive. Yeah, that's a very wise. No, yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I have had complaining musicians on stage because they think they are the rock and roll star. Complaining about the yellow light, complaining about the monitor sound. That I was pretty much of a beginner, and I forgot his name for a second. He's very old. I believe he is dead as well. An American country singer living in Paris because the US puked him out many years ago. He's just a horrible guy. Yeah, it has to be like this. It has to sound sweet. Come over here and have a listen. Sold out 013. But yeah, this guy didn't know that I don't give a fuck walking on stage in front of a sold out show. So I was walking to the microphone. 1, 2, check. Sounds great to me. And someone in the audience said like, it has to sound sweet. And I was like, got some candies. And this guy is looking at me. Now, I don't know how to say this in English, but if cans could kill,
Yeah.
to explain it from Dutch, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, man.
If looks could kill, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, those kind of things. But also awesome people like Nine Inch Nails. Trent Reznor is a beautiful person. A lot of other big bands, they understand like, hey, we are your guest today and it's sold out. And if you act friendly to each other, we both have a great day. So working for like Nine Inch Nails is awesome. But working for these wannabe rock stars, no. So yeah, you do your thing and hope for the end.
Oh, yeah, it depends which who you work with. Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's in every job it's the same. If you have nice colleagues, but the music business is so nice to work in. That's really I want to go back. So slowly, you might heard about it that some venues are doing this test events. So maybe, yeah, in the near future there will be some work again.
Yeah, hopefully.
But we were talking about the gathering.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's what you learn in Spain is talking in a very big circle to come back to the red line of the story again.
It's all good. It's all good.
That's what they do.
Yeah, let me see the questions. What do you think of the new stuff of the Gathering, the latest albums?
No, like I said, I don't like everything, and I'm really curious to the new album. A lot of people go like, but Celia is not Anneke, and I go like, yeah, Celia is not Anneke. Yeah, that's true. I really like her voice as well.
Yeah, me
And
too. I think it's
that's
very similar, actually, for me.
it. Yeah, it's different. Pick your choice. Yeah, Anneke has this sopran high voice with the vibration most of the time, and Celia is different. So
Yeah.
I think it made a really good decision to get her into the band. I saw them live once, a couple of months ago in Bos. No, in Nijmegen again. I like it, yeah. But also because I have quite of a weak heart for female vocals. And she's a Viking, and she's super awesomely cool, and the rest of the guys, if we meet each other, it's still okay, you know? It's like these people who you hardly ever met, but they're friends for life. I saw Anneke with Vuur in Madrid. And also there, it's like you meet Anneke again since a long time, and yeah, it's okay. And that's also that helps a bit that you like the music maybe a bit more than someone else who listens to the Gathering for the first time now. I think. But yeah, who am I?
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of my questions too, if you still had some contact with the members of the Gathering. Yeah.
Yeah, once in a while. Yeah, not too often. But, yeah, I offered them to, hey, let me do your monitor sound. You know, just give me a plate of food and a place to sleep. I'm fine. Yeah, like I said, you hardly make any money in the music business anymore. So maybe that's gonna happen. Who can tell?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's was my those were my questions actually.
All right.
Yeah, you already answered some of them during the interview also, so very nice.
So nothing about nighttime birds?
Sorry?
Nothing about nighttime birds?
Well, I don't have that CD, but you can
Oh, really?
always tell, of course. Yeah, please.
Now check out the song Nighttime Birds. I think you will love it. It's next to Emotion Part 2. I think Nighttime Birds, the song itself, is a massive tons of steel of metal music. A bit of Pink Floyd, but also The Gathering.
Hey, nice. Yeah, I have to admit, I don't know that song.
Okay.
I have to admit, yeah.
Yeah, people said like, yeah, it's a bit Mendelion Part 2. And I'm like, no, it's a progression. It's okay. The record company really said like, maybe you should stick to this style a little bit. And that's what we did. And I think Nighttime Birds is an awesome album with really good songs as well.
So that
So
was the last album you worked with.
that's my last one. And then came How to Measure a Planet. And I worked with the demos. And then I figured out like, I don't know what to do. It doesn't fit anymore what I do. I want to stay noisy and you guys don't. So yeah. So the demos from yeah, How to Measure a Planet was my last thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's how life works, I guess.
You have to follow your heart, right?
Absolutely, that's an important thing.
Yeah. You left some really nice CDs behind, so yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jelmer, for this interview. And
Yeah, de nada. My pleasure.
yes, and always at the end of the interview, I always make a picture with the artist. So
Oh
if
yeah.
you do a post for me together for the thumbnail for the video,
How do we do that?
maybe like this.
Oh, I just came into the camera and
Yes,
and people see Voivod. That's
there
also
we go.
one of my favorite bands, by the way.
Okay, there we go. Thank you so much, Jelmer, and have a
Yeah,
good day.
thank you for having me, and well, maybe we'll speak in the future.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe a band in the future with you or projects.
I really, yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yes,
Today, not tomorrow, but it will happen.
yes, we'll be working on it.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.